Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You are listening to Whissel Weekends here on AM 1170. The Answer. My name is Kyle Whissel, your host with the Whissel Realty Group. Also joined in studio by Mr. Jason Hall with Team Home Loans.
I'm still waiting for my intro song. I mean, it's always been about you,
baby.
Man. It's always been about you, Kyle.
Write a script. I didn't make that script.
It's my birthday weekend, and I still don't have an intro. You know, we've now been doing this show for 4 years. This just capped our 4 years. We started May of 14, and here we are, June of 18, still running strong. We started as Whissel Wednesdays. Now we're doing Whissel Weekends. Got promoted,
right?
You know, and we've had great time slots, and we're glad you're listening to us right now. But we got this little eye in the sky. We're like, you know, this is crazy. That thing red. What is that called, Kyle?
It is called a Mevo, M-E-V-O.
And what does Mevo do?
Mevo is a single camera that gives the ability to act as 9 separate cameras.
Yeah, and so it picks up any movements. Like when I raise my hand, it now focuses on me, right? And it's amazing. And Tom, one of your media guys, has actually set it up, and he's, you know, got us Facebook Live in and checking stuff out. So if people ever want to watch us, where would they go to look at us?
Yeah, if you guys ever want to actually see how old Jason really is.
The gray hair.
You go to facebook.com/Whissel Realty, or just shoot us a text and I'll send you a link, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. We'll get you linked up.
Yeah. Now, I have the gray hair, but I think I have more hair than you, Kyle.
Yeah, that is a fact. My hairline and my eyebrows are running away from each other.
Yeah, just like Dad's, right? I mean, you know, they say, though, you take after your mom's side, right? Isn't that what they tell you? I don't know if that's a wise tale or not, but that's what I've been told over my life.
I don't know, but I know I've got a heck of a receding hairline, and I'm embracing it because it just is me. And I've got gray hair. I got all that fun stuff going on.
You got everything going.
I'm waiting for the ear hair to start growing, like as I grow up and mature.
Yes.
That's like really like a sign
you get some ear hair, you get some back hair.
Oh, yeah.
I can fill you in all that stuff you want to look. You can take a look at the break.
No. I'll wait till my time comes.
All right. So speaking of age, we actually got one of my good friends on here. Kyle's already laughing. We're speaking about age. We've got Peter Rutman live with us here on the phone, and he's a long-term friend. And what Peter does is he's an expert when it comes to the IRS. He's actually an enrolled agent with the IRS, actually making him a tax consultant and expert in the field. We've worked together with multiple different clients, and especially people who own businesses, people who own real estate. You really need to have an expert help you. And it's amazing, Peter, that you probably save on average your clients from taxes. I know a minimum of a couple $1,000s, and I'm certain a lot more with certain clients. But welcome to the show, Peter.
Hey, how do you do?
Howdy do. So I'm teasing you about your age because you actually have no hair, right? And so, you know, I like to tease, but, you know, that helps experience, right? That's life experiences, right, Peter?
I'm sure I have. I'm sure I have at least one hair in my ear.
At least one left in the ear.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Yep. I'll take nothing on my head for one ear hair.
For one ear hair, right? Yep. You'd give that up, right? All right. So, Peter, let's talk about tax returns. Now, we know the filing was April 15th for everybody that at least had to file or put in an extension, but I know most of the self-employed people and people who own multiple properties, including myself, we have not filed yet. We filed extensions. When is our deadline?
Well, October.
October what?
October the 15th. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so October 15th.
That's for individuals. If you're incorporated, it's a month earlier.
So it's September 15th for my S-Corp, which a lot of people don't realize. That means the S-Corps are actually supposed to file an extension on March 15th, correct?
Exactly.
And I know you're also, I don't go too much stuff, but if you're a Schedule C sole proprietor or if you own real estate out there, it's very wise to possibly hold it in an LLC or S-Corp. I know working with Kyle for many years, a lot of Kyle's properties are held in multiple different types of LLCs. And I know you're able to work with clients and their attorneys, Peter, to help look at the pros and the cons. But now with the new tax law that just got passed by Trump and those on the right, it's even more important, I would think, to be in some type of LLC or S-Corp versus a Schedule C or a straight Schedule E on your rental, correct?
Well, this leads right back to what you were saying before about saving money and without making any promises. On average, if you own property and you have a structure, business entity, a corporation, LLC, what have you, you should save somewhere between $10,000 and $30,000 almost instantly just by having that structure in place.
Wow.
And where we run into this, where it's really dramatic, is people who are over age 65 or 70. They own several properties and they had no idea they could do this. And it's phenomenal. The results are exemplary.
So how can they do that? So let me ask you this. How do you typically work? Does a client talk to you over the phone? Do they come and meet with you in the office? Do you do like FaceTime? Like, what's the best way for you to meet with your clients, Peter?
We get most of the clients, it's over the phone. A lot of people, I've never even met them physically.
Okay.
And the first 2 hours is free, no charge. First 2 meetings, no charge at all. And that's so we can have an hour to go over the facts, and then an hour for follow-up, whatever's necessary.
Okay.
And then every year, yeah.
Now, I'm just going to let people know. Sorry, Peter. I was going to let people know. They can always text Kyle. If you never need to get a hold of Kyle, myself, anybody we have on the show, including Peter Rutman. Peter, I'll give out your number here in a moment, and I'll let you give it. But you can always text us. Directly goes to Kyle Whissel, 619-663-7355, 619-663-7355. Again, that goes directly to Kyle Whissel, the #1 real estate team in San Diego, 4 years in a row, per the Wall Street Journal. And we always have top guests on. Right now, if you're tuning in, you're listening to Peter Rutman, IRS consultant and expert. He is an enrolled agent with the IRS. Peter, if someone wants to contact you directly this Saturday afternoon, which is when we're airing, what is the best time or the best number to reach you?
So I work 7 days a week, and the number is 858-278-8500. 858-278-8500.
Nice, easy number. So when you sit down with them or talk to them on the phone, you got, like you said, 2 hours free. You give them the pros and the cons about an LLC and S Corp, because I know sometimes it's better to go S Corp, sometimes it's better to go LLC, or even I know in reviewing your tax returns recently, LLP, right? And I know there's different reasons for everything. I don't want to go into too much detail on each one, but those are things that a true IRS consultant expert like yourself, Peter Rutman, can actually help people make that decision, along with probably a good attorney that helps put those documents together, or is that something your team does?
Well, we have an attorney handle the legal work for sure. And so when we have a chance to consult with these people, they can fall into 2 classes: people who want to acquire real estate and the people who already have it. And for the sake of this discussion, you've got 2 different ways to go, 2 different set of rules, if you will.
Okay. Now, here's something that I've seen a lot of people make a mistake in doing. And Kyle, you'll like this. Airbnb, right? Everybody pretty much now knows what Airbnb is. Like that, I think if I mention that, I think 99% of people will know what Airbnb is. And Airbnb owns no property, yet they rent out more rooms and more homes every night, every month, every year than Marriott, Hilton combined, right? Like Airbnb is taking off. A lot of people, of course, now live in their property part-time. And so they're like, wow, I live here in San Diego, maybe, even out in the desert like my in-laws. What better than go ahead and Airbnb my property? But a lot of people don't realize the financial guidelines that Fannie, Freddie, FHA, and VA mortgage lenders like myself look at. They don't really have a place for Airbnb. So if you put it on your Schedule E and you say, this is my Airbnb, they don't really want to give you credit for that income, guys. But listen to this. If you put it in an LLC or an S Corp, now they give you credit for the income. So if you own any property and you either right now are Airbnb or any possible Airbnb in the future, you need to contact somebody like Peter Rutman, somebody like Kyle Whissel, 619-663-7355. I can give you both their numbers. You need to get the information because people are making mistakes. Not only are they paying more in income tax, not only are they taking more legal liability to themselves personally, they're also not allowing them to get full credit of their income to qualify for any standard mortgage loan across the United States. That's just not my mortgage company at Team Home Loans. That's all mortgage companies across the United States because the guidelines right now kind of look at Airbnb like it's a one-off. Like they're not going to consistently rent their house for $1,000 a night. But I have a client who has a $5 million estate in La Jolla that she consistently rents at $1,000 a night, right? It makes total sense, Kyle, right? But for whatever reason, the guidelines have not caught up. Now, I imagine in the future they will, but doing this 20-plus years, and you always laugh at me, Kyle, the government is always behind the curve, and so it's better to be in front of the curve. Talk to somebody like Peter Rutman. Peter, what's your phone number again? 858?
278-8500.
He can put you into an LLC, into an LLP, into an S corp. Works best for you. It's going to live you out, or what's the best word? It's going to take care of some liability. What am I trying to say there, Kyle?
I don't know, but I'm just going to let you go with it.
Yeah, I'm trying to eliminate some liability, right? And here's the good news.
Mitigate.
Yeah, you don't have to be the perfect grammar and speaker to be successful in life. You just have to have a start and a drive and go out and do it. And that's what I've learned. You know, I do have a high school education. I've got some college, and I do pretty well, and I've been self-employed for over 20 years. And Kyle laughs at me every Saturday afternoon here on the show because Mr. Hall is not as educated as Mr. Whissel. But I do all right. I do all right. Kyle does really well, and I do all right. And I know, Peter, you're very educated. Any other quick things before we go to break?
People who have Airbnb or similar situations and are worried that the income is going to cause a tax problem, it's not the case at all. And again, I'm not making any promises, but generally speaking, the income is either tax-free or mostly tax-free.
Nice, nice. Well, that's a great way to go to break. Again, if you're thinking about owning some property, if you own property, if you're self-employed, if you're thinking about Airbnb, and reach out to us, 619-663-7355. We'll set you up with the IRS expert consultant, Peter Rutman, enrolled agent with the IRS, and a personal friend of Mr. Hall's. Peter, thanks for joining us the show today. We'll talk to you next time.